Hello guys, welcome back to the action video. So what we have discussed in the last lecture is that how to set the property of action, how we can control the flow, how to set input and output parameters. Now we are going to look into calling of action and loading action during runtime. Guys, these are the things that no one will teach you, but these things are very important when you are working in the project. So let's just take a scenario in which, like in a practical way, I have a driver script. Usually driver scripts are non-usable, means it means that you will not be able to call this action in another test. Then in a scenario, I first log in to my action, then I do some of the events and then log out. So how we are going to learn action calling is that driver script is non-usable, then it will call a login action which is present inside the current test. It's also reusable but an internal action, means it's present in the current test. Then it's going to call a my action which is present in a external reusable. So it is linked with another test, but we are going to link this test with our current drivers script. Then we are going to load a logout action during runtime. So the scenario is, in an application, first I'm going to log in, do some of the actions and then log out. Login is present in the current action, my action will be linked from another test, and then logout we will load during runtime. By using this scenario, we are going to cover all type of action call. So let's just take this and create new test. Let me just name it as external test. And save it in KTP. From external test, we are going to load two tests, that is my event and logout. So let's just rename this and name it as my events. Yes, and add another test called logout. It says add it at the end of the test or add it after the current step. We simply say at the end of the test. So in the my events, you can see that it's a reusable, like it's a checkbox, so it's a reusable. We just print here I am in my events. Great. Now we are going to print same thing in logout. Print I am in logout. And let's just save this test. So what's the purpose of this test? We are going to call logout and my event into main scripts, that is a driver script. So let's just create another test. Let's just call it as a lecture 14 and create it. In this test, there are going to be two actions. First is the driver action. As in the notepad, we are going to make a driver action as a non-reusable. So how we can make a driver script as a non-reusable? You just uncheck this checkbox and let's just print I am in driver. And now this driver is going to call first of all its login action. So let's just add one action called login. Add call to new action login. After the end of this test, okay. So in the lecture 14, you can see this first driver is called, then login. So now what we want to do, we want to associate my action as an external action. So how we can associate it? Right click, add call to existing action, then give the location from where I want to load this action from the external test. Okay, I want to add my event. So guys, you can see that call to external action. If you go into this my event action, you can see the path here in the property. So here you can see that you cannot check or uncheck this checkbox because we have called this action from another test. Only from there only we can edit this action. Okay, so what's my flow going to be? First driver will call, then login, then my event, then we are going to load action during runtime. What's the name of that action? Is run action comma logout comma how many times I want to run? I want to run it one time. So the syntax is load and run action. Okay, then we are going to give the path of the action, name of the action, and how many times I want to run it. So how you know that it's an external action? See that the syntax is usually my run action, my event, then one iteration. You can see an external test, so that means it has been loaded from an external test named external test. So here we can also include a call for login internal action. Run action login comma one iteration. So see, it's an internal action, so it will automatically map this login to the login in the solution explorer. Here an external action is called, so it will map from an external test. Here load and run action is called, so here we have to give the path of the external action, which is C. Here we have stored it, my computer C QTP external test. So let's just give the path here and log out and run it. So we have saved this and we can see there are no errors in the project. We just run it and see the output. So here it says I am in driver, I am in my event, I am in logout. So here we are not seeing that I am in login. Why it is so? Because we haven't written anything in my login. I am in login. So let's just run this again. Okay, so here what is print? I am in driver, I am in login, I am in my event, I am in logout. So again I am in login is print. Why is it so? So whenever you face these kind of issues, just go into your main project and see why. It is because first a driver is called, inside the login is called, then my event is called, then an external action is called, that is logout. And again here in the path login is there. So here we can delete the action call. Just right click it and remove action call. Let's just clear the console, goes into the driver and run it. Okay, now you can see that guys, that it's run perfectly. First my driver script has run, then my login, then my event, then logout. So here is how you can control the flow. We have seen to call an internal action using run action, then call to an external action, how to associate with the current project, then load an action during runtime. These are things very important. When you'll be doing the project, you will see these kind of calls. So it will be really confusing that which are the internal, which are the external, how action are loading during runtime. So that will help you understand the concept of action calling. So guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to upload this script as well.